What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 139 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chat Talks, and joining me, as always, is Jmack Gaming.
I am Dave Taylor's biggest fan, and I only want the best for him.
Yes, which will explain your pre-show match. If Jmack said his Nitro, or his Raw was just thrown together, wait till you see how this Nitro is going to go.
Yeah, way better.
This is definitely the go home to a pay-per-view.
Way better.
But without further ado, let's run the show.
Before we get into this episode, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't.
We gotta get to 1,000 subscribers by February. That's in like a week.
Oh, we gotta get to 370 for the 370 stream, brother.
Yeah, I want to make money now.
Chad is sold out. Yeah, and then on Sunday in this game, it'll be sold out. Get it?
Yes. See, it's all going full circle.
Let's get into this.
For real, though, I want my money.
Dave Taylor and his redemption match. He's coming back. He's making his grand debut, and he beats Shannon Moore in 606 by submission.
Oh man!
Big.
Welcome back to the show, Dave.
And then he sustains a concussion.
Oh no!
Why does this always happen?
Dave. Well, Dave, you're right where you belong, on the injury line.
Fucking Goldust gets his redemption angle. Fucking gets fired the next day.
Jesus Christ, Dave Taylor.
I gotta stop giving
people better people that give redemption angles to.
Alright, Chad, let's just get into this show.
Alright, so we start the show off. I got 100%, by the way. Vicious and Luger are in the ring with their television title, and they go, "We are the total cable package, because when we are on your TV screen, we are the best thing on TV. And that's why we are the television champion. Goldberg, you can take your championship and you can get in line because we are the top talents here. Everything we touch is gold. Vicious, Luger, total cable package. And it doesn't matter who we're defending the title against, it's sold out, because the only thing that matters is how we are going to celebrate our win. Right, Sid? Right, Lex? And let me tell you something else, alright? There's going to be another man who's going to be successful this Sunday at Sold Out, and it is our good personal friend, Sting. So, Sting, why don't you get out here? We want to celebrate your soon-to-be victory against Goldberg. And Sting comes out to the ring, and he says, and he's got Elizabeth around his arm, and he just says, Vicious, Luger, I'm not a man who likes to celebrate early, but I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen, so if you don't mind, I want to show you guys what I prepared for the celebration. And he says, come on, bring it out. And there's a giant cake, and the cake comes out, and it's got Sting on the cake. And he says, I made myself a cake because I knew that I was going to be the champion. And I also, brought a live band, and a band comes out, and they start playing a song, and it says, "Let's go Sting!" Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Let's go Sting! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. And then the three of them just start dancing while eating cake, celebrating. Well, Luger and Vicious are dancing. Sting is not dancing. Sting is standing in the ring, but he's like talking about how great he is as they're dancing. And Sting says, now, I'm going to stop the music, put the cake down, a hard cam, get in here. And the camera zooms in on Sting, and he says, Goldberg, I know you're not here tonight because you're scared of Sting. I know you're sitting at home and you're wondering, what can I possibly do to beat Sting? I got lucky at Starrcade. How am I going to do this again? Well, Goldberg, the answer is very simple. You're not. You're not going to beat Sting, because I am going to make you tap out in the middle of the ring, and I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm going to end the streak. I'm going to take your belt, and I'm going to prove to the entire world why Goldberg is nothing more than a carnival act, and the carnival act ends this Sunday. And Goldberg's music doesn't hit, but Raven's music hits. And Raven comes down the ring, and he's got a mic, and he says, I just want to say how mad I am that you guys are having a party and didn't invite Raven. He says, I beat Kidman last week, and that actually frees me up for Sold Out, and I've got nothing going on, I'm not booked, and I beat Hulk Hogan on my debut here, so I think I'm on a bit of a roll. And I think there's only one thing left for Raven to do, and that's win the television championship Sunday. So Luger, Vicious, if I remember correctly, you guys aren't booked to defend the title either. So how about we have a match Sunday as sold out? I don't care which one I take on. Hell, I'll take on both of you. I don't care. But Raven wants a television championship match. And Luger and Vicious look at each other. They just start laughing. They're like, Raven, you? What are you? You be a Hulk Hogan, so you think you earn anything? We could be Hogan with our eyes closed. They said, we're the total cable package. We're must-see TV, Raven. The only thing you are must-see is must-not-see. They high-five each other. And Raven says, yeah, that's pretty funny. I kind of figured that was going to be your answer, so I have an idea. How about one of you guys... and Sting, you're not doing anything. How about Sting? How about you two men take on me and my partner tonight? And if I win, I get a match against for the TV titles. And Luger and Vicious look at each other and go, "That sound good to you, Stinger?" And Sting says, "I could use a warm up before I fight Goldberg." And they go, "You're on." And he's like, "Awesome. Here's my partner." And then Goldberg's music hits, and the three of them start freaking the fuck out. Goldberg actually takes out the band as he's walking out. He runs out, spears the drummer, gets up, and starts beelining to the ring. And Vicious and Luger and Sting run out through the crowd. And Goldberg's grabs a microphone and says, "Sting, Luger, Vicious, tonight, one of you two are next!" And throws the microphone down, and him and Raven pose in the ring, and that sets up our main event.
There we go. Off to a hot start here on WCW Nitro. Let's move on to the next match. Chad. Chad's not there anymore. I will read the match, and I'll try to stall as long as I can until he gets back. I don't know. I think his internet cut out again or something. And about that subpar wrestling in non-existent crowd heat, Big Daddy Chavo takes on the returning Evan Courageous, and Big Daddy Chavo gets the win in 650. Yep, he just dropped from the call. All right. He defeats Evan Courageous in 650 by submission. The performance of Big Daddy Chavo stood out as being good. Big Daddy Chavo and Evan Courageous. Well, 65 for Big Daddy Chavo. I'm going to call him back real quick. Let's move on anyway. I think I know his show. The fuck did I rate this on, boys? I think his internet literally just dropped. Done so. I'm gonna text him. We're not gonna cut this either. We're gonna keep it in because it's funny. Oh yeah, that's don't look at that. Don't look at that either. Okay, so Eddie and Big Daddy Chavo, they brag about their families' legacies here in the ring at WCW Nitro. We move on to the next match. It was a triple threat match, and about that decent wrestling and not much heat. Mike Awesome gets the win over Matt Hardy and Road Warrior Hawk. Oh look, he's online again. Don't look at this. Let's call him. Hey,
hello.
He's back.
Hey,
back.
Chad,
explain this match.
Hang on, share screen. I can't.
Hey,
I don't know where you're at.
Fuckhead, all right.
Oh, awesome, cool. Okay, so welcome back to commercial break. We now open up to a match that's going on right now. It's a triple threat match. It's Matt Hardy, Mike Awesome, and Road Warrior. These men will be teamed up with their partners this Sunday in a triple threat match. And about that decent wrestling, but not much heat. Mike Awesome defeats Matt Hardy and Road Warrior in 11:25. Man, Mike Awesome and Disco, they sure are on a roll. Who knows what'll happen this Sunday? We'll have to tune in and see. That got a 58 C-. I'll take it.
All right, Chad. All right. I'm echoing this too.
All right. We go back to our next match. Am I echoing now?
You're not. You're fine. No, you're good. You're good.
Lot of issues. Bro, we've got Billy Kidman versus Ultimo Dragon
Really
now.
unprofessional
And we
on
both had good
WCW
wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Ultimo. Yeah, I mean that's what happens when we hire the WWF production guy. But Billy Kidman
Yeah.
goes down. Ultimo defeats Kidman in 9:03 with a submission, a Dragon Sleeper.
That was a good match. A 77.
It was. And then afterwards, Rey Mysterio, in typical Rey Mysterio fashion, attacks Ultimo Dragon after his match. These two men are going to square off for the Cruiserweight Championship. What a heel. Rey Mysterio's heel run has been pretty lackluster, so I got to think of a way to really spice it up.
Lackluster has been... yeah, that's the correct word.
Yeah, but that's okay.
All
that's
right.
okay. We'll figure So we show a video clip of Steven Regal coming to the aid of Prince Ikea last week and then knocking him out with brass knuckles, which brings us to this match. Prince Ikea versus Steven Regal. And in a decent wrestling match, Steven Regal defeats the Prince in 850 with a Regal stretch. Regal, ever since he broke out on his own, he's been on quite the roll.
A 70 for Steven Regal. Give him the world title.
Yo, I don't think he's ready for the world title just yet, but
well, I don't.
Maybe the TV title.
Maybe. Oh boy.
Awesome.
Boy.
All right, so we go to a video clip of Mortis and James Vandenberg in a dark room, kind of like what you're seeing on the screen. Mortis says, "I sold out. Chris Canyon's soul will belong to Mortis. And Canyon, you have wrestled your last match. Your soul will belong to the dead man. Your soul will belong to Mortis and JV." And James Vandenberg says, "You see, Canyon, I tried so hard to make you a winner. I tried so hard to make you a champion, and every single time I gave you that one piece of advice to bring back your edge, to bring back that violent, that angry, that mean side of you, bring back that Mortis side of you. You told me to shut up. You told me you didn't need me. You told me no. And how many matches have you won since then? Oh, that's right, 0. So I decided if I couldn't make you Mortis, I'd make a new Mortis. And this is my Mortis. And my Mortis is going to show the entire world just how great you could have been under James Vandenberg. My Mortis is going to replace you in WCW and in the world, because once he takes your soul, Chris Canyon, the empty shell that used to be Chris Canyon is going to be no more, and it's going to replace in the ashes Mortis. Because Mortis is the baddest man in this business. You think Sting is scary. You think The Undertaker is scary. Mortis is scarier than them all. And we're going to prove just that. At Sold Out, when he takes your soul and buries you alive. And then they both laugh. Exactly, just like that. We go into the ring. Kurt Hennig versus Davey Boy Smith. Thought this was going to do better, not going to lie. But Kurt Hennig defeats Davey Boy in 1348 with a Hennig-plex.
Chat, all your guys are getting old, and their skills, they may be improving here, but they're really deteriorating.
Yeah, I know, man. WCW, man. Declining. I got to start pushing my younger talent.
You got to start pushing Evan Courageous.
Yeah, that's what I
need. You missed his match. Big Daddy Chavo went over.
Oh, did you do the... Oh, and I missed the Eddie Guerrero promo.
Yeah.
How'd that do?
It did bad.
Oh, really?
I think I fucking rated it wrong.
Oh. That makes me sad.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, I'll just tell you what they said real quick. They were just basically pumping up themselves, and Eddie said Chavo was going to win that Cruiserweight Classic, and Eddie was going to never lose his championship, especially not to some Japanese fucker.
See, it's crazy because that's exactly what I said.
Oh, good. And then he said "Viva La Raza." But so we go backstage, and Eric Bischoff is on his cell phone. He's like, "Yeah, absolutely, yeah, yep, all my idea, every single one of it. Yep, I'm the best." Then he gets a knock on the door, and he says, "Come in." And Mr. Cat Miller shows up, and Bischoff looks at him, and then says, "I'll let you go." And I pick up the phone and says, "Can I help you with something?" And he says, "Eric Bischoff, I want to ask why Mr. Cat Miller isn't booked to wrestle at Sold Out." And Bischoff looks at him even longer and starts squinting and says, "Do you work here? Who are you?" And Mr. Cat Miller says, "Who are you? I am Mr. Cat Miller. All right, I am the king of Wall Street. All right, I money talks. I could be your franchise. All right, I am the face of this brand. I'm the franchise." And Bischoff says, "Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, Mister. Would you call yourself, Cat Miller? Never even heard of you. But if you want a match tonight, I'd be happy to give you a tryout. Maybe after the show is over, we can give you." He's like, "Tryout? You paid me. I'm on your payroll. I'm a wrestler.
My check has your name on it."
Yeah, you signed my paycheck, a very high check with lots of zeros because I am Mr. Cat Miller, Mr. Dollar Dollar." And Eric Bischoff looks at him and says, "Listen, all right, if you want to earn those checks, you got to prove yourself here, all right? So I'll tell you what, if you win your match tonight, I'll give you a job, all right? Go ahead, get in the ring, and we'll see how well you do, all right? I had just the opponent." Cat's like, "What? What are you talking about?" He's like, "If you don't want the job, that's fine. I can give your spot to someone else." He's like, "What? No, don't do that. Listen, I'll get in the ring. I'm not afraid to wrestle, but I work here already." And then he said, "Look, just get out of my office, all right? Let me see what you got. I'll be watching your TV. I'll be watching the TV.
I'll be watching you TV.
I'll be watching your TV."
All right, so the match comes out, Mr. Cat Miller's in the ring, and Chad, who comes out?
Rick Steiner comes out.
Big Daddy Rick Steiner. They both suck.
Yes, and about that decent wrestling, but not much heat. Rick Steiner defeats Mr. Cat Miller in 7:36 with a flying bulldog.
Rick Steiner really off his game tonight.
Yes, because he's an old fuck.
All right, we move on to the main event match.
Main event match.
Luger, what the fuck happened to Luger? 64.
Oh my God.
Jesus, he really brought that down. Honky
Oh man,
Man also at the announce.
I should have put Vicious in it.
Yeah, probably.
But in an exceptional match, Goldberg and Raven defeated Sting and Lex Luger in 1738. In 1738, when Goldberg
Get out of here.
Goldberg defeated Luger with a spear.
Oh my God.
1738.
I hope your internet goes out again. Man, the other three guys killed it. Raven's on fire lately.
Yeah. The other three guys did really well. It was Lex Luger's worthless ass that buried him.
All right, let's move on to the next segment.
All right. So anyway, next segment to close out the show. Goldberg and Sting are squaring off, and Sting grabs the mic, and Sting's like freaking out. He's like, "I will beat you! That title is mine!" And Goldberg looks at him and just starts shaking his head and runs after him. And Sting at this point has had fucking enough. He runs around the arena. He goes, and the rest of the band is helping their drummer, who is just now coming to. And he throws.
He's been there all show.
And he throws the drummer back at Goldberg, and Goldberg just picks him up and power bombs him, and then starts running through Sting. Sting is running through, goes backstage. He's running all the way through, just throwing people in his way. Cat Miller is like, "You know who I am," and throws him inside of Goldberg, and Goldberg just power bombs him too, through a table even. And they're just running through. They're beating up camera guys. He's beating up road agents. Anybody who gets in his way, trying to get to Sting. They run into catering. The giant Sting cake. Sting is hiding behind the Sting cake, and Goldberg runs through the cake, and he's just covered in cake, but he's still angry. And Sting is able to weasel his way out of catering, just barely missing Goldberg. And they're running through the parking lot, and Goldberg catches Sting. He grabs onto his jacket, pulls him towards him, picks him up, and jackknife power bombs him through a car. And that's how we end the show.
This segment deserves better announcing and color commentary because your announcing desk all suck.
I don't know why.
Well, because honky tonk man Stallone and
didn't Sylvester Stallone win like announcer of the year and like this?
Yeah, I don't know why, man.
I'm so confused. That's why I made him an announcer.
82. Increase some pop in 7 regions. But hey, it's not a 92 like what WWF ran. But
yeah, well, listen, you
can't win them all.
I wonder why the Eddie Guerrero and Chavo promo did so bad.
I don't know.
That's really weird.
All right.
Anyway, all right.
That was episode 39.
139. Episode 40 will be the Go Home of Thunder. Make sure you guys tune in for that.
Royal Rumble 142 sold out. We are on our way to WrestleMania. Oh.
And Rising Sun.
Chad. Last year you ran Bret Hart Masawa in the main event in the post show.
Actually, I ran that in a dark match. And I got a 93.
We'll see you for episode 139. See ya.
See you guys.